Ladies and gentlemen, the first map of the day. I would say a Swedish derby, but you know what? We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
We'll go with that.
It's a Swedish derby here. Two Swedes representing GODSENT in the form of Makaleli and Devil Walk, I believe his name is. Almost lost it there. NIP getting ready in CT spawn. Here we go. It's going to be Nuke. And we're going to see all the utility come through. We've got smokes, flashbangs, HE grenades, and decoys, of course. We're off.
Every time. Puts a smile on my face. 2 decoys. My God, the decoy strat's coming in. I'm expecting through the skylights, maybe.
Decoys could be legit.
Oh,
It missed.
Oh no, they maybe just want to make noise on the roof, right? You could do this if it landed a little bit closer to make things so that the CTs don't exactly know where all the footsteps are.
Well then, Maiden. Hello, Rush. You right? Oh, not even speaking today.
He's got to concentrate. He's got smokes to follow.
This is Nuke, all right.
Oh, he's Nuke. Fair play. Let's get into it.
He's in hard mode for observers and not necessarily for res. Full flash, he can't do a thing. And now the bomb can go down. Wow, just like that. Delayed top take, and the bomb is down. 2 bodies dropped as well.
Well, this is looking very good for GODSENT. Not much to say about NIP's chances of retaking it. They'll have to do something absolutely ungodly at this point, as we'll see Crystal defending from main entrance. Plopsky and Nork trying to battle their way through. They know exactly where Crystal is, but he's tucked himself away in such an efficient manner, but there's no way they'll be able to get him. They're trying to find him. Look at him go, just ducking and weaving. How is he still alive? Finally, they get him, but the round is completed. A lovely execution there from GODSENT. Out towards the HUD and squeaky door. A couple of quick frags coming through, and Sticko made an opening things up, and they've actually found some decent frags here. I've taken everyone down. They won't be able to win the round, but still, 2 players surviving with armor. They're definitely going to force by going to that next round. So that means you might be able to see a couple of FAMASs with armor up against a fully bought-in GODSENT. So we'll see what they go for the FAMASs or maybe a shotgun or SMG.
Interesting.
I wouldn't mind the rifle buy.
Well, he got the shadow for that frag. Nice early advantage given to Zen. But I mean, fair play in NIP, getting all those kills. Here comes the force you were expecting. Deagles, as well as a couple of those rifles.
Yeah, the FAMAS is big.
And Plopsky was playing out of his skin on Mirage yesterday. I keep saying yesterday because it all blurs into one. Day before. The last day of We Saw Group A is, of course, what I'm referencing.
So, slowly does it. Starting to set up towards the tightest choke points on the map. Ramp room could be a difficult one to overcome with the rifles there as well. You can see them just probing towards outside as well. They've gone for 3 Galils, no AK-47s, just to make sure they have grenades instead of firepower here. The Galil, a very versatile weapon, $1,800. It's getting more and more attention these days. You see the deeper outside smokes to enable more yard control. You can access towards garage if you'd like to as well, and clear out the close range positions. Safe in this sort of situation, considering there'll be no AWP, but there is a scout. And Twist waiting by the smokes, not seeing if there's anything to be found.
Nothing for now. Crystal crawling into warehouse with his MAC-10. Necro does get that smoke down on Squeak, but it does, with 50 seconds left, it's not really going to do too much other than aid his cross to the vents. He wants to rotate down and has managed to do so.
Very slow
still looking likely though, right?
40 seconds. Starts to get a little bit worrisome right now.
Like Crystal, Heaven, Zen main. Oh, he's been spotted. And now Twist is going to try piecing this together. You see Nork react, tucks himself out of Heaven. He knows it's a trap, but they're going ramp room! Oh my goodness, the bait and switch. And now 4 of them descending. Lekra rotated. He does have the kit and the deagle, but I don't know where he is. Nork's down there too, decon.
Here he comes, the scout. We'll have to find a couple of tags here, but Maiden, he'll get the headshot. Not the same story for Twist, but the bomb does go down with 8 seconds remaining. That's a kill in the flame, surely. It's going to go down. The bomb will be planted. It looks like they'll be secure at this point. Rez, though, amazing headshot. He has got a chance to take down Crystal here. Can't quite connect on the third, but a great effort. NIP might be tempted to force again. Time will tell, considering he took down all 5 players before, then just got 4 kills there. I would not recommend it, but it's certainly a conversation to be had, I suppose.
Yeah, tempting one for some, but I mean, goodness me, GODSENT. They have by a gnat's wing, nearly got caught by Rez.
So they've gone for the more conservative approach, which I respect. So a couple of deagles, a Zeus. If you're on the T side, you'd almost certainly force in this scenario, but on the CT forces here, when you're the favored team, you don't want to start off with a 0-5 deficit. So take this one on the chin and bring out the heavy artillery going to round number 4. So for now, Maiden once again, just with that MAC-10 out towards outside, and Rez, great deagle shots before, but this time takes a nade to the face. It's going to do 80 damage.
even if NIP don't win this round, their goal should be to take away as many guns as possible, keep this T-side economy low, make sure they can't farm too many frags with those MAC-10s. Not like they're going to get too much of a say of it, but Nuke will have a fantastic start with kill over the smoke, pushing on through will be Maiden.
Twist actually gets a dink into Maiden, but this is all going to be in vain. Nuke's connection onto Makalele was something, but yeah, Crystal's got himself all the way down towards that low side. It looks like the bomb was left by the stairs. His teammates will be picking that up on the way down, if they even need to go down. At this point, it's just going to be a brawl. Yeah, another $600 into the pocket of Crystal.
So they've done pretty well to get a couple of frags so far. There might be a third, but Rez, remember, he already been naded at the start of the round. Low HP, a couple of bullets in that MAC-10 will take him down. There's the first, doesn't quite connect. And Crystal still might as well go for the kill. He's already got the MAC-10, needs the extra cash. He's got himself $1,800 in this round alone with the 3 kills of the MAC-10 there. Plopsky does recover an SMG of his own, but the bomb's already down. 3 players up, and GODSENT with a 3-0 start on the T side of Nuke. That is not bad at all.
I think it would be important to note when we saw GODSENT play this map before, it was actually through the choice of Vitality, which meant...
Straight up wallbang.
Yikes. It meant that GODSENT got to start on the CT side, where they only got 5 rounds last time round. So we didn't get to see too much of their T side.
That's very valid. I mean, we didn't get to fully appreciate what they've all their homework and all the hard work they've been putting into their Nuke.
So we've seen so far they've done that deeper smoke wall where they smoke off the single box, main warehouse. Go for control in that manner. Let's see what other tricks they have in their back pocket here as we get the first gun round of the game underway. 3-0 start. NIP need to bounce back. They've got the AWP in Nuke's hands. Very, very passive style of Counter-Strike that we did see from them, especially on maps like Vertigo. Mirage as well. They were not going for mid-control. They were happy to give it up. And on Nuke, starting passively as well, with Nuke dropping straight under and now having to search back up through Secret.
It's a strong position for the AWP. Denies that secret control from the T side, and for now, flashing that position. Just showing presence towards outer. I don't think there's anyone towards the silo as of yet. They're going back towards the lobby. So maybe an upper execution is on the agenda here. Remember that MAC-10, the Galil there as well. You want to do set pieces, all 5 players, cause chaos if possible. As we get it to the 1-minute mark, you can see them getting ready. Position. Sticker's going to drop a smoke in front of the main entrance. And here comes the commitment with the Molotovs. Flashes are decent. Necro's in trouble. Rez is not. He's dodging the flames here and taking everyone down with him. You can see that Molotov slightly off. He was absolutely perfect there. As we'll see a 4-on-2 ensue. Sticker and Zen trying to bring this one back, but the bomb goes down in the hut. That will be the round concluded in the first. On the board for NIP. Good execution. Just the Molotov slightly off there, Chad.
Yeah, it's the little details of this round right here that is going to be the undoing. If he doesn't get anything more, he's going to be very happy with that. 1 kill onto Plopsky to keep things a little bit low. If he can find another, 3 is the magic number. If you can continue to take down 3 members of the CT side round after round, they will have to drop weapons over and not be able to feel too much of a bang.
Yeah, so even 1 more kill would be great at this point. They do have a buy going forward on the GODSENT side, but remember, they've had some expensive rounds here. So we'll be NIP with their first and around $3,000.
All right, guys, just to note, so we have some newer viewers around. These outside smokes are to deny vision, but with Nuke coming up secret, like you can see here, he knows it's not going to be an outside play. So once we move the camera over back towards the top side, you can still see they still have 3 players towards top. Lekro behind the vent, Rez up top, and then Twist playing in the main position just here. So they're able to stop this top execute before it even manages to come on in. Let's get back in the action.
Let's get back into it. We are going to see those smokes deployed towards outside once again. So Twist, just drop a nice HE just to show there is CT presence out there. The buy comes through from GODSENT. You can see it's a compromised one at best. Tech-9s, Galils, MAC-10s, and we'll see Crystal once more vaulting out towards outside. He's actually snuck through. He's threaded the needle here quite nicely. I'm not sure if Lekro's ready for him, but Plopsky, he'll find the first, down to the 4-on-4. They've got ramp control and Crystal, who is actually exploiting this. I think he went around for this position.
He really should get this kill. He has to hurry up. Oh, it's getting awkward now. A slow ladder climb. Doesn't look like he's going to get caught. And now Lekro goes down 3v2. And that's only Crystal left, because in the meantime, the ramp assault has been quashed, and he won't even be able to get another bullet out of the gun. Rez, on the stark contrast, has got himself a triple kill. So 2-3, NIP do seem to be getting themselves back on their feet.
But at least that's some information for Crystal, the in-game leader of this team, to exploit going forward, knowing they can get that much yard control that quickly. Maybe he'll send more numbers with it next time, as we've got this little stat up on the screen. GODSENT currently averaged the lowest team rating, 0.82, and KD difference of the tournament. So Not a great start for GODSENT so far in Pro League. They did, as we mentioned before on the desk, have to deal with Astralis and then Vitality, so tough times.
We talked about Michael Eddie coming into this. Chad, he's currently 0-5. I've mentioned it a few times. He's certainly an emotional player, someone who needs a good start, like to get his teeth sunk into the game, especially when he's already admitted that Nuke is not a map for him. He's got 0-5. He's going to have a rough time actually getting into the series at this point. NIP have got a pretty much guaranteed round at this point, as we'll see the first shot rattle off. It does connect towards Sticko. Just wings him to 7 HP as they try and make their way towards main entrance. Just going to try and get a couple of kills if possible, but Twist, he'll be able to take care of this, no problem. AK-47 dishing out a lot of damage here, looking for the clean sweep, and they will get it. NIP starting to build a reservoir of cash now. We've got the very top end, $6,000 for Rez, who's also got a Krieg, AK-47 for Twist, and Nork on his AWP. Chad, what have you made of Nork so far?
Yeah, it's very early days. It seems, I don't want to say that he's restricted in this team, but they're definitely quite regimented. Everybody has certain roles that they needed. When things get chaotic, that's when you can see what a player's really made of, right? Can they thrive in those scenarios where they needed to win a 1-on-3? And we saw him win 2 back-to-back 1-on-3s on Mirage just the other day. So he's definitely got something in the tank.
I'm excited to see how he develops as a player. Lots of young talent within this Swedish roster. International squad for GODSENT these days, though. We'll see a lot of damage towards Squeaky Door there at the start. Sticko at 53, and more traditional secret smokes at this point.
Oh, it does make not only the sound, but also his job a little more difficult. Down to 60 through the Molotov. They're heading straight towards the lair of Nork. Lying on his pile of gold, only going to get one. He is a dragon, a second before Makaleli finally shuts him down, but that's the low side now taken. Klopski going to keep it under lock and key, does manage to get himself in towards the window room before they get too far down.
Yeah, it's a prime part of the lower bomb side there. You don't want to get the T's in position. It's a very strong position to cover the post plant, as we'll get Zen in the vents. They've got one smoke, make it 2. Couple of flashes, and Michael Eddie has the AWP now. He's found his first kill. Gonna right-click the smoke out and try and get the bomb down behind the silo if possible. Klopski will reposition, gets himself on the catwalk and starts to look in that exact spot here. So this cross might not lead to too much for Michael Eddie. If he runs out and tries to go for the plant, could be in trouble, but goes in the smoke as well. So that's absolutely fine. Needs to get out now, though, which he has done. Great job. Takes a lot of damage, but the bomb is down.
Yeah, mission accomplished for Makaleli as far as he's concerned. He's even alive. That feels like a bonus. Now Zen's got a frag. GODSENT. They're making this round work. Rez, however, will finally finish what his teammate Plopski did start. Zen still kicking around. You could talk about how powerful it was. Oh, yeah, the plant. We saw how he planted it for the angle. It's for decon, and therefore Sticko's really the only one that can contest on that bomb if he goes down. Instead, he's the fragger. Gets one. Running out of time now, Twist. He's looking to fake it out. Try and draw Zen. Gets the info, gets the steps, and gets the frag. 4 on the door for NIP.
Just to note as well, keep an eye on Crystal's buys going forward. So far, he's been opting into buying a Mac 10. He had 1,750 left in the bank balance just then, and he still had a Mac 10 in hand. So interesting to know.
He's doing that little play, though. He's going towards main entrance of the silo. He's doing the quickest route up there with the jump, and he just leaps out towards the window room. I guess he's trying to get as close as he can to an AWP, let's say. Let's see if he can actually shut that down and then try and be an absolute nuisance towards the ladder.
Yeah, he was the first one down secret then as well with the Mac 10, and this time round, well, he will actually opt into that.
It kind of makes sense, right? It's such you know you'll be a bit of a martyr for the round. If you're going down secret, you're always going to be the first. If there's an all waiting for you, it'll be a trade sort of situation, right? So better off maybe just keeping that Mac 10 in those sort of scenarios. Good setup here from GODSENT. Couple of nades towards the main entrance, and Sticko will spray some AK bullets in as well. The first kill comes through. So are they going to execute off the back of this? They have a man advantage, and we are going to see smokes deployed right now. That's Maiden joining in as well. The secret smokes, the same ones as before, and they're going to send Crystal, this time with the AK-47, into position. Molotov at the steps to push back a potential AWP there as well, but that will be towards ladder for now. They should be rotating down towards lower. We're going to see Plopski make his way down with the incendiary available, but that doesn't mean GODSENT have to go towards the lower bomb site themselves. Just forcing those rotations with the smoke.
Echo's a bit of ballsy position considering he doesn't know. He's heard the pin pulled and now there's going to be a push in. Maiden doesn't check his close corners. How does he get 2? Still kept competitive. Nork, you said he thrives in the chaos. Well, Chad, there's chaos on the menu tonight. Gets the first, and Makaleli is forced into a clutch scenario.
Yeah, he's going to do well to win this one. 2-on-1, and he probably tries to jump down the vents here. And you can see we have got Plopski ready and waiting for that. And now doing some damage towards the AWP. He might actually want to try and overwhelm this. So Plopski might be forced to come up. Nice work from Makaleli. And now Molotoving towards heaven. Going to try and get that bomb planted as quickly as possible.
Oh, he missed.
Fakes it. And he doesn't miss the shot. That's not bad at all. He's had a quiet start into it, but he does manage to get 3 big kills in another round of the board for GODSENT.
Well, that's what we needed. Makalele's ADR going into that round was not looking pretty at all, but finding impact like that as we find the opener here with that HU into the main position. Lekra did fantastic to get 2 here. I thought he was just going to be taken out of the round before even having a say. But that opening right there that we did see was really what gave a chance for GODSENT to start with a man advantage in this round. A bye will be afforded by NIP. They haven't had too many woes just yet, but if they lose this one, then they will have to consider an eco. And once again, early harassment with utility from GODSENT. They're very active with these grenades early.
Still same sort of setup here. Mac 10 once more. And a little bit of ramp activity. This is what we're talking about. Get close to that Mac 10. And they've done well here to break through, but the bomb goes down. Significant damage inflicted towards NIP, but essentially it's going to be a 4-on-2 now with Maiden pulling one back. 58 HP, but Nuke knows exactly where he is. Going to try and tuck himself in towards the garage. Will the timings be on his side? They will. Just about gets through, but so does Maiden. He can make his way towards ramp now, undetected. You can see Plopsky position himself just in case that does happen. And we'll see whether Maiden wants to check this close corner. It will be about 50-50 whether he does, to be honest with you. I'm not sure whether he will.
Left or right? Looks like he's... Oh,
there it is.
Just about. Down to 13, though, and gets himself down ramp. The nade's going to give them info.
No CT's lower for now, but we have got Nuke from Seeker making his way with 3 HP. That's a bit of an issue. He can't really challenge too much here. One will be planted. Michael, the one to plant it once again in the open, bravely. And he'll have to do most of the heavy lifting. Maiden is low, 13 points of health.
This timing.
There's been a lot of weird timing this round.
Outside in particular, yeah, all over the shop. Makalele, he saved the day with a clutch the round before. Now another chance to do so. He has the teammate this time, but only a scrap of health for Maiden. That's the shot he has to hit. Close quarters, and no scopes on the cards. He's waiting for the jiggle. Bides his time. A Tech9 was there, and Twist, collateral damage, takes his teammate down. But in exchange, he gets on the bomb. Oh, and he's played it to perfection. Pros don't fake. Certainly not the Swedish ones. 5-4 the score.
Fair enough to Maiden. He's got 13 HP. He just has to take a bit of a gamble there. If it was a fake defuse, he wins the round. If it's not, though, it's going to be a big loss for him. So he had to take the risk. Didn't work out, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it's not one of those ones where you can start angrily tweeting Maiden for that one. That's
definitely
that's
not.
exclusively
like,
he
and
had
that's why you go for the full defuse as well. If someone calls he's low HP, he's more likely to be passive and not challenge on the first fake defuse. So makes a lot of sense. Nice call there from Twist. 5-4. Still a very close game here, of course. And we do have another buy available for GODSENT. No Mac 10 for Crystal this time. He's got the AK-47. No utility situation going on. As we'll see him make his way towards outside quickly, as usual. But no damage inflicted as he falls back. Rez also being very active towards the hut.
Oh, Counter-Strike is it's got its fair share of aggro players these days. It's part of the fast established meta. Twist actually does get himself the first frag. Maiden's gone early. Rez's duel in lobby's cut him down to 32. And Sticko, they're getting a lot of information. We've seen Crystal shot at from outside. Now Sticko in ramp, contesting lobby. All different parts of the map. We've seen contact from GODSENT, but now Nuke perhaps going to slow things down, and Lekra is going to speed things back up in favor of NIP. Looks like, ooh, a chance perhaps for Sticko. Just the one onto the squeaky aggression. Nuke on the site, close quarters, scoped in and ready to clear out Squeaky. The T-smoke should be perfect, but there is a slight gap should they choose to drop.
Huge round, this one. Money broken on either side. 40 seconds remaining. Nuke will take some damage. Down to 67. What's the play here from Sticko and Michael? They have no grenades to speak of. Waiting for a mistake, essentially, here from the CT side. Time is ticking away, though. JWP, not the great position for Nuke. He will be removed. That was the mistake they were looking for, the entrance point. And they've found another. They've actually got the lead now. Plopsky only with the MP9, but he could find the timing here. He gets the bomb. 19 seconds. Michael is healthy, but he will be taken to the grave by Plopsky. The MP9, pound for pound, the best gun in the game, Chad. We've been saying it for years, and it's personified right there.
Yeah, I think that weapon, really just for the price, for what it can achieve, Plopsky's showing it to you right here.
This second frag, like this is up against a full health.
It gets you. If you get that first dink in, it's jarring. You don't know what to do yourself. Takes your jaw off, and then you don't know how to recover.
Yeah.
So
it's too much.
Just because of all the rounds here that GODSENT have lost in a row, so that they started with that 3-round spree, and they've only been able to have one out of, what is it, the last 7 rounds? So with that in mind, their loss bonus is built to a to allow them to keep on purchasing on in. You can see they're setting up what is the standard secret smokes once more. But there's a lot of gaps right now, and both teams are trying to capitalize on any little bit of information they can be given. So Crystal, once again, on a solo fact-finding mission towards Yard, distracting the CTs and allowing the rest of his teammates to congregate towards Ramp.
Made sure he stepped there, not only for speed, but also for the sound cue. He wants to keep the CTs near Secret and Warehouse if they are lingering.
Interesting to note that 2 players from NIP have already dropped to the lower bomb site in response to this for Crystal. Nobody watching Ramp right now.
Good work out for the first headshot. This time for the Desert Eagle. Crystal he's a bloody nightmare out there, isn't he? He's always down towards the heaven position or secret. Does manage to pull a kill away and do damage towards Plopsky as well. Love to see the auto shotgun every now and then. Rez will be ready and waiting. Drops in the smoke. And that's going to be him in trouble. Didn't really react to that at all. Michael gets a freebie.
For that smoke to Plume, cost him his life. Now Plopsky and Lekro looking to enter back into the A site, and that is ambitious from the leader of the Ninjas. An underhand flash and a smoke push does not land, and so GODSENT with the bomb down top site do have the 2-man advantage. Just Plopsky to clutch it up.
I think that's going to be happening here. Very tall order, Maiden will find him. That's the Galil taking him down. The force by there with Deagles, 1 AK and a few Galils works out for them. This is a very competitive first half here from GODSENT. This is the moment. Why did Rez not right? He must have been looking at the radar because he threw the smoke in, and if you right-click it, it will make a double bounce, so you'll know that it's going to be close range at that point. That's why he came in with so much conviction with the Desert Eagle. But still, Rez, he's faster than that. Must have been looking at the radar, I suppose.
I think that what's going on right now is due to this passive nature that NIP are playing, GODSENT are throwing a lot of fakes their direction, right? We're seeing Crystal go on his own, and well, this time he's going to be punished. But by drawing them around the map, they're opening up these CT-sided gaps and rotations that we know about on the CT side right there.
Yeah, they really do. And actually, Makalele, he's doing what Crystal has been such a persistent presence in, just arriving outside, firing off those shots. Crystal gone already. Trying to fill that gap.
This is a very pivotal round right now for the half because NIP have gone all in this environment. You can see they've almost bottomed out with the majority of the players, cash-wise. If they lose this round, GODSENT have an opportunity to put themselves almost at 8 rounds. But they have to get through this round, and with low utility, we're seeing a Molotov, a flash between Zen and Makalele. Sticker has the lion's share with 2 flashes of smoke and a Molotov for himself. The time starts to become the bigger issue here. Makalele does have lower control, but they're not in a rush to get there with him. Looks like they actually want to go for a top split.
They have kept us guessing as well as their opponents, GODSENT. They do like to mix it up, and now Sticko actually does manage to find the frag onto Nuke, a double kill. But we're running out of time. Makalele's in the vents. He's caught Plopsky. They're going to take low sight, really, after all of that?
It's all misdirection. You see what they're doing, right? They're waiting until the last couple of seconds, contact gets taken, and then they just accelerate.
This isn't necessarily something you see as a T-side approach, much more than just a round. It seems like GODSENT are doing this time after time. Ooh.
The question for Lekra now is, do I save this? We went all in. I need something to take it to the next round.
Well, that question will be answered by Makalele, who's actually starting to warm up quite nicely.
He says no.
Into this first map. 9 kills. He was 0 and 6, I believe, at one point. So nice work by him to keep his head held high, as we'll see round 13 chime in. It's going to be NIP on the full eco, though, boys. $2,000 per player. Loss bonus is not there for them at all, as we'll see them now move in to a very difficult round. You can buy maybe a P250 at the very top end, but that would be pushing it considering you got $2,000. They've taken the full eco, a Deagle for Lekro, and he is considered probably one of the better Deagle players in the game right now, so we'll see if he can find an opening kill if possible. Should be a guaranteed round for GODSENT.
Chad, you play good Danger Zone, right?
Yes.
Like you've been dabbling.
Yep.
So I know Sticko's really like kind of big into the Danger Zone.
He's a
life.
Howling Alpha.
That's what I was going to say. What's this rank I hear so much about? The Howling Alpha.
So if you think getting global elite can be difficult, this getting a Howling Alpha is ridiculous.
Is it like the top 1% or some crazy percentage?
I don't know exactly.
Okay.
Without need Rush. Rush, have you done any investigation on the Howling Alphas?
Yeah,
I
he's
can't
like-
figure out how. I think it's based on how many times you win in a row.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. But that's what Sticko's got. So he's grinding.
Genuinely impressive. I mean, Chad and I play quite a bit of Danger Zone. We have a lot of fun with
I
the
saw you
bump mines.
how did you fly through the sky like it's Mario? Like, how did you do that in Counter-Strike?
So you need the bump mines and you need the exosuit, and then you put a bump mine down, you jump over it at a certain angle, and you hold space as well, and you go flying.
And then if you land on someone's head, you actually do damage to
Yes,
them.
you do damage as well if you land on them.
Both of those things you can collect with the mobility package, which you can have delivered. So you just
$1,000.
$1,000.
Very
Yeah.
cheap, actually, considering the technology within it.
Well, we're reordering that maybe
It's
like
insane,
5
really.
or 6 times a game. So
Well, if you win your bet with Pimp, you can buy an exosuit.
there you go.
Yeah.
Real life one. Maybe Elon Musk will have invented one by then.
Elon Musk. Cool guy.
So the money's still not in a great place for NIP. They took the full eco, remember, and still with FAMAS and 4M4s there, no kits, no helmets.
kits.
And the MAC-10 for Crystal, again, this is where it becomes like a super weapon. You know, this is going to be difficult to contain. If he's continuing that same sort of pace and finding headshots, it's insta-kills with the MAC-10 at close range with no helmets.
Just note in this round, GODSENT haven't thrown a lot of early utility. We've seen nades towards main. We've seen all these different variations of yard smokes. This time they're just going to put the brakes on, and maybe they know what we know, which is NIP's utility is lacking thus, and well, when they use the standard protocol nades, the Molotovs towards heart, the smoke towards ramp, once that starts to clear, look at the advantage that GODSENT are going to have. All those bits and pieces, they can set up for a top execute, they could throw some yard smokes to have yet another fake. It looks like that's what we're going to be seeing right now. And this is just going to force NIP to respect it because they've lost this time and time again, but by doing so, they keep creating gaps. The other way to deal with this is instead of chasing your tail, trying to see where they've gone, make a decision of your own. Where do you want to go, NIP? What territory do you want to take? They have an option if they want to go aggressive, or they can just sit and bunker down in that top side.
Well, it's a very slow-paced round from GODSENT here, but they still have the majority of the utility. You can see a couple of smokes remaining, one just been used as well. Molotov towards main entrance, Sticko trying to blow out the vent. Looks to be ramp splits here with Sticko trying to get down, but Plopsky will have to retreat. Just going to be battening down the hatches towards lower. Twist will be defending the ladder position, but Sticko, here he comes towards the lobby, waiting for that push, that reaction from the CT side, and Nuke can do nothing more than one kill. In towards upper they go, knowing the 2 CTs to push towards the lobby now. And Lekro's still in position. He can save the day here. It would require a double kill, maybe a little bit more considering the presence towards the ladder. Down to the 2 versus 1. There were 10 seconds remaining. Zen will have to recover the bomb, get it planted, and I don't think there's any chance. Plopsky should have him there and will tie things up. It looked like a difficult round for NIP once again after losing that exchange towards lobby. But overall, stuck the landing and Lekro with the double kill. That's all that was required.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he stood his ground after all of that faffing around, he still was there on the CT vent. This double kill won the round for NIP. It's about to go horribly wrong.
Chad, we talked about this yesterday. Ideally, you had the low HP player going in first there, so he would go down and you wouldn't just quickly lose out. Then you can get the information. That was a pretty much guaranteed double kill once the high HP player comes through first. You want to be baiting essentially the 10 HP player so he can go out, take the initial information, then the high HP can finish things off. But there we go. Doesn't always work out. Final round here. Michael Ailey does have the AWP. A lot more active this time towards outside. Seeing if anyone will peek from the heaven position. Going to be dropping the smoke towards main entrance. And down he goes. Twist challenges.
He just left eye peek through a smoke and just gets the kill out of nowhere. Jeez. Macula's going to be extremely frustrated right there, but Twist wants more.
Crystal's actually managed to sneak through. How are they treating main as it's unmanned? It was Rez to hold it. Does get traded in. Lekro, another double kill. These last 2 rounds, he's found nearly half of his kills this half in these last 2. That's a contribution right there. Sticko, though, and a very low HP on Maiden makes this one very difficult for a strong finish for GODSENT. NIP likely to be ending this half with the lead and Nuke confirming things. Taps away at the last. So 8-7 will be the half on GODSENT's map pick. Nuke will catch our breath, and we'll be talking about the second when we get back.
twice now, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing summer
1,
to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up, let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love it. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats on stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon.
Yeah.
You said that you want it, so I got it for
Got
you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing
1,
summer to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round again.
Roll up your side though, they ain't got no.
GODSENT and NIP. It's first map, first half, so plenty more where this is coming from. Sticko has been putting in quite the shift so far. 14 kills and 12 of them with his rifle. In Ninjas in Pyjamas, though, probably not going to be too unhappy considering the fact they now venture forth onto their T side, which has been in recent times, Chad, been getting a little more competitive.
Yeah, I think that the structure that Threat's been able to bring to these guys here has been looking very good over there on Vertigo. Here on Nuke, once again, I think the woes come from this very passive style of approach that we've been seeing now across all of their maps. So maybe something they need to work on going forward. But here we're going to be getting into this second half. You can't get much closer, and well, the odds have shifted just a little bit there. Now, GODSENT with a decent showing. They're poised potentially to take this first map, being their choice here. And the Julies, Henry, well, they're back out in Crystal's hands.
The Julies are designed to stop the upper rush here. He's going to be dropping the HE just to slow them down if possible. It didn't land the first time we saw the Julies on top of the hut. We'll see if they can make a better job of it this time. Zen will get a bullet to the face to kick things off. It's going to be the upper split through main entrance and squeaky door. Crystal, difficult weapon now at range to make it work. He has got a ding towards Plopsky, but not enough damage inflicted. But there it comes through. The Julies now. It's the Wild West out there. And there are going to be 3 kills found for Crystal. Didn't really take much damage at all either. Nice work.
Yeah, able to pivot there from behind that bomb box, left and right. The nade damage coming on in, and well, GODSENT with the pistol round on the CT side should be looking pretty, one would say. This is almost a perfect storm.
It's looking great, but as you mentioned, the T set of Nuke has become a little bit more powerful these days, a few more options since the map's been played more. We are going to have the full eco for now, though. Glocks and 1 Deagle for Lekra as usual. As we mentioned before, considers himself a bit of a Deagle maestro. So they'll be buying up into the next round. They'll take a lot of damage here. Ideally, they get like 1 kill. Would even be good with this setup they have at this point. Let's see what they can find.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge regardless. Lekra's Desert Eagle does perhaps give them that shining light for your requested frag, but Makalele's not giving him much.
The big problem here is, with the Glocks in play, just showing your body isn't really enough to bait out CT-sided utility. You can see how much they have. Once you know it's not a rush, at this point, you have the range, you have the weapons. Sit back, pick them off, and exactly like we see, falling like flies are the ninjas. Shouldn't be too much longer until we're going into round number 18.
You really want Sticker to get his last couple of kills as well. He's got the MP9 in hand, farmed that money. This is where the bonus round will come in. You don't want to upgrade any of these weapons. Like maybe you could bring an AWP out if you really wanted to boost your chance. So I'd keep this, to be honest with you. 4 MP9s in the Scout. You're going to have to be aggressive somewhere. You might just want to go for a ramp push perhaps, go for that first pick, or you could really just go for a very passive game, use utility, lock them out, run the timer down. They've gone for 1 upgrade. So Sticko's gone for a rifle. We'll see whether he wants to get a little bit more aggressive, go for that first pick. So that's 1 upgrade, and we'll be head towards ramp. So that makes sense. He wants a bit more firepower on that side of the map. And Zen, he needs to get down there quickly.
This could go very, very well. If they go fast, especially incited by the kill Plopski's just picked up, do they check this? They're not ready. And he's going to get 1. A chance for the second, but Nuke does adjust in time. That's information at the very least, but of course a pivot to warehouse is possible. Lekro contact around Squeaky, makes Maiden. I love it. Mantling. Doesn't expect it. Lekro positioning favors him. And so does the frag. So now just 2 remaining for GODSENT very early into this round. And God, they keep coming. An outside push works out.
Wait, Sticker's in a very good position here. I know it's a 1-on-4 situation, but he does have that M4 in hand. So it's going to build up something amazing there.
It could have worked out for you. Those are the best when we start usually. But unfortunately, it doesn't work out. But as you mentioned, bonus round here. They've had 2 very clean rounds previously, so they do have another bite available to them. Michael will bring out the AWP as well. He didn't really use the AWP the other day on CT side of Nuke, did he?
No, he said he had some problems with that position, right? Once you lose a bit of map control, they can peek you from a lot more angles. It doesn't become as easy to master that weapon.
I guess he said to the boys there, you know what? I am the AWP of this squad. I've got to step up, and we'll see whether he can find the frags required. Glass cannon as well. Not going to be easy. Sticko. Oh, he dropped the incendiary there. He had one, but he doesn't. You might as well get it down if you heard the footsteps coming. Either way, doesn't land, and that might be the round in itself unless Michael Lady gets a kill. Yeah, because they can go straight to lower here. How do you even deny them the plant? They've got window control. They've get towards decon. Zen needs 2 frags at least. That's even if they swing.
They don't even need to push past this point, right? If Threat's done his homework correctly, once they have control of that part of window room, oh, this gap.
It's not. He could get maybe 1 kill from it. Like,
I'm just hoping something exciting happens.
Yeah, bro, of course.
With how slow GODSENT played the majority of that first half there, I was thinking, yeah, maybe we're going to get some real biffy Counter-Strike.
Devil's advocate for me. Why would Sticko have cancelled that incendiary? He hears steps coming ramp. He's solo ramp player. He pulls the pin on the incendiary and then tries to get close with the deagle. He was looking for frags.
He thought they were too close. It wouldn't have done any damage. It would have been negligible whether he got it down or not. But I think it would have done
Henry,
damage.
What do you say you should never do on Nuke on a anti-eco?
Rush ramp.
There you go. Yeah. So the fact that they 5-man rush ramp on potentially against a low buy Sticko, no one's rushing.
No one's doing this.
Are these guys crazy? Plus,
that's
also, there's an opportunity in that scenario that maybe communication gets a little bit heavy. People could be talking on his team. Maybe he didn't hear all those audio
Good point,
cues.
yeah.
You know, there's always those.
Thank you. I like the additional side of the story.
Last 3 months on LAN, Zen is the 4th highest rated player on Nuke.
That generally speaking?
Yeah, I would say so. Okay.
Oh yeah, with a weird stat if it came in. It's just GODSENT's 4th best player. He's not the worst, but
he's not the worst Nuke player.
Yeah. So there we go. Maiden will be taking a boatload of damage to start there. Only got the M4 in hand as well. He'll have to fall back. Michael Eddy cops a bit of damage as well, down to 76. Outside smokes to be deployed. More of the same, really. Every team will have this in their back pocket at some point.
Miss Molly.
Yeah, that was supposed to go behind that blue box, I believe, to flush anyone out. Not ideal, but not a massive problem either way. They've still got control of outside, no CTs on the other. And it will be towards ramp we go again. Sticko only with that Desert Eagle. That's the only player that really went down in the previous round, so money will be low. And this side of the map, he's got no grenades, but he has got the Deagle. Flashbang will catch him. Down he goes, and that's a nice catch from Maiden.
Very quick adjustment now. Advantage for GODSENT. Can they maintain, though? Sticko fell off. He's played this angle before. Seen him thrive with a rifle, but very hard. Oh, what a flash that is from the ninjas. Nice shot. 4v3. Heading in. Makalisa clutched the cross. It's Nuke to very quick connection. And now that bomb will be faked out. They want to try and get that door open. Yeah, it does get open, but Zen takes one kicking and screaming with him.
2 versus 1, and Maiden couldn't be further away, unfortunately. But same story for Plopski. So the bomb is down towards lower, but they have no information on this final CT. NIP will take their time, and he might be able to get a frag here, but low HP for Maiden. Plopsky will find him. It's going to be 11-9, and NIP really starting to pick up the pace now. We are seeing multiple rounds in a row. The money's been broken once again on the CT side. We'll see whether there's any sort of investment into this next one. It's only a real promising part of the round for them. Nice shot from Sticko with the Desert Eagle. Took down Twist, but it instant trade, and then Nuke shutting down AWP towards Decon was pretty much the round at that point. So the partial buy into it, we've got CZs, PD50s. We have got heavy investment from Maiden. Chad, what do you think about that? A single M4.
Well, the hero of the team might need to make a hero play right now because it was their CT side that they struggled on against Vitality.
I'm not sure I like this at all. Like on the T side, I get it with an AK because it has so much more potential than the M4. But the M4, you just dumped all your money into this one. It's going to be difficult for him to have a rifle if they do not win this round. He's towards CT steps for now. It's a nice ratty angle. It's difficult to flush out, but it's very common. I'll say that much.
They're going to walk towards CT spawn, and this position for Maiden. Oh, the jig is up, and the spray's not there. And that's a lot of money spent for a whole not a lot.
Someone of Maiden's caliber, the fact he only just did 25 damage at that situation is a little bit disappointing. I think he was waiting to see if multiple players would come up potentially, didn't pull the trigger straight away. Pretty underwhelming shots towards outside, as we'll find ourselves in a 5-on-3, both weapons removed, and just pistols here for GODSENT.
NIP are very pack rolly at the moment. They seem to be taking areas with a minimum of 3 to 4 players in a lot of these scenarios. And while Lekro's going to get caught off here, he will get that molly off. He'll give up his position. Maybe he has a chance to turn around and watch the flank now. So this timing, he may have just been afforded.
Yeah, the fact his teammates have spotted players towards HUD as well. He knows the jig is up towards lobby. At least we've just got 2 now. Sicko and Crystal, they're promising first half now, starting to diminish, as we'll see Crystal left in a 4 versus 1. He's got a CZ, no armor situation on his hands, and just looking for an exit kill if possible. The bomb's already down, and 4 players for NIP up. You can see Lekro aware of that prospect, making sure they stick together again. Even if he does get a kill, they want to guarantee that he doesn't get away.
Do it. Do it, Rez.
Oh, just do it now. Right now.
Pull.
And get that one up on Vac Sucks.
Whatever happened to that?
I think it still exists.
Still
we
going?
just don't use social media and Reddit as much as we used to.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, so if you're GODSENT, you need to be able to stop them from getting territory, right? I spoke about this against Vitality. Against Vitality, the deep wall smokes came on in, and they couldn't fight against it. Zen had like that hero round where he pushed across the secret with the Krieg. He gets 2 kills at the top. He pushes around, he flanks. The rounds they were getting was because individuals stepped up with multi-frags. They need to not allow NIP to string them out across the map. GODSENT did a great job of that in their first half, and now NIP are doing a similar thing here. Now this half, even with the scoreline sitting at 12-9, this is the chance for GODSENT to start stabilizing. We're going to see this Molotov come out from Rez. It's going to land top of Hut. That'll be conditioning the top players to not be playing there on the start of rounds, which means if we see a top rush from NIP come later in the piece, maybe no one will be on top of Hut.
Same idea with the outside smokes. You'll traditionally see those for every round, just so you have no real clue as to when as and when they're using them. Sometimes you can have 1 player there, 3, 4, maybe even 5 if you're feeling really spicy.
Definitely not 6, though.
Well, that would be a red card, I think.
Red card offense.
Yeah.
Graham Messioso Pitt would have put his thumbs down very fast.
Absolutely. He doesn't stand for that nonsense. As we get into round 22 here. GODSENT, I haven't posted one in a while.
It's getting pretty much down to crunch time. Late outside smoke, 60-second mark. They're flying through the sky.
Crunch time. Is that just after brunch?
Yeah, it's when you're having like your coffee after your brunch, you have your crunch.
Another miss
Crunch
molly.
time.
NIP individuals today are missing a couple of nades here and there and everywhere. But Plopsky's feeling a little bit cheeky. It's going to be a top split.
Well, I don't know. You're saying it with such conviction. Actually, for once, I think GODSENT are only going to be doing 1. Excuse me, NIP this time. Going to be doing 1 strategy. Catches the first, just as the smoke fades. Zen was the way in, and ooh, it does look like Rez is going to find a double kill necessary, and this will be 13 then for NIP.
Very efficient approach from NIP. You can see that it's running away with the second half now. The T side is looking synergized and very clean, I have to say. That first kill towards a garage as well. That player at the back right of the garage himself, watching main entrance, looked like he had the advantage, but the Krieg just mows him down. 39, another partial buy here. GODSENT, if they can win this one, I'd say that they're right back into it. There's a chance on Nuke with the close range situations you can find, and especially if NIP fancy rushing towards ramp, but that's not going to be happening here. A real stack from the CTs. 3 towards upper, now 4 with 1 towards main entrance. That's Zen. Crystal patrolling that hut. And just going to be flushing out the close range positions here. Nade towards silo from Zen. No one there to receive.
Good observing, Rush.
Yeah, you got that cam.
Not his
Fast
best,
fingers.
but it was pretty good.
Oh,
I'd like to see a bit better.
okay. Well, I was impressed.
I'll give him a 7 out of 10.
7?
What would have made it 10?
I'd like to see like maybe some lighting effects and pyrotechnics.
Okay.
That would have been good.
Ukulele's going to be scarpering away. A couple of bullets chasing at his heels. He will not find the frag he was hoping for.
Let's see, Maiden with that CZ. Not really much more to say than just the first kill on towards Nuke there. Now they've got the lower control. Very difficult for the CTs to hold this off with pistols. But Sticko, his Deagle has looked pretty special today, I have to say. But his teammate will be removed. It will have to be spectacular at this point as he holds towards the corner. Molotov smokes raining towards the site, and the bomb could be planted momentarily. They actually get towards the vents. Crystal can catch him here. He's got the bomb. That's huge. And the Molotov there as well. He can actually buy a bit of time here. They've actually slowed things down. They've got a new piece of the puzzle, Chad, and it's a 1 versus 1. Crystal is low. Lecro chomping at the bit, but it's going to be a great shot. He does it all single-handedly. We said if they win that round, they're right back in the game, and they deliver on all fronts. At least Crystal does.
Up until that point, it's been quite clean for NIP in a lot of these rounds, maybe only losing 1 to 2 members at most, but here it got made messy, right? It felt like they should have been walking away with that one. They were finding the kills, and then out of nowhere, Crystal makes one of those plays as the individual, the in-game leader, stepping up right now. He's tied with Stico, 19 kills for both of those names. They weren't the ones we were shouting the other day. It was definitely more Maiden and Zen. But good stuff there. Now this is the chance. This could be the creaking open of the door that GODSENT were looking for to get back into this. And Makalele, he's going to continue. He will grab an opening kill with the AWP. Things are getting a little bit harder for the Ninjas now.
Want to commit. Oh, the pre-fire does get swung on. Klopski does manage to keep them level. Actually, they're trying to boost Twist over the smoke here. As they now, just as the smoke fades, start their descent. A nade to say goodbye. It does seem they're all whiffing their nades a little bit.
Yeah, it hasn't been the cleanest game in that respect, but as Chad said, it's been quite loose in this kind of wolf pack mentality. Just going around together, trading out kills, and I guess it's fair to say NIP in this current iteration is definitely more skilled squad, generally speaking.
Oh, the individuals here.
Yeah.
Oh. That is a monstrous dink from Sticko. 2 bullets out of his M4 and 1 finds the balaclava of Twist.
Oh, Sticko tucks himself in towards Shadow here. Makalele to patrol, takes some aggro away for him. Nice shot with the AWP. He said he struggles with the weapon on this map. Needs to start connecting some of them low HP players in front of him. Very ambitious angle, but it works out. North goes down, and is this enough? 4 versus 3, and 3 players low for an IP, but they've got the Kriegs. Chad is looking great. With 25 seconds, it's going to be chaotic. Surely Sticko's done enough at this point. Maiden will chime in with the AWP, and time is of the essence. Looks like they're done for. Sticko gets that one, and they're going to actually get 2 rounds in a row off the back of Crystal's amazing efforts towards a ramp. I might have spoke too soon. There is a slight chance here, but the bomb...
He can't get it.
It's not recoverable. It's above him. Oh, well. Back he goes. He's trying to take one down with him. If possible, that would be the AWP. That would be great. But now they know there's no time to plant, and they will retreat. So very well done from GODSENT. They're back into the game. They managed to save the AWP and a Krieg as well on the CT side.
Thank Mr. Crystal. Made that happen.
Yeah, that was all Crystal. That was insane towards events. He's played great. Like, he's looked very assertive, I would say, this game.
Kicked off the T side in a similar fashion, right? He was all over the place. He knows exactly what he wants to be doing with this one. So
it's good for seeing old boy up there.
Yeah, gives us a little bit of hope, I suppose.
Yeah, and they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but Crystal with his Mac-10 leaping towards, leaping off of main 5 seconds into the round, that's a new trick for sure.
Yeah, I like that. As he said, same position he was in before, this time with a rifle. And, well, Makalele's AWP has been removed by Plopski. Doesn't seem to be missing a minute. That's a very ambitious angle with the AWP, I will say.
That's a machine death right there.
Yeah,
I'm holding outside, guys.
That's a difficult one to consume because you can't recover the orb and your teammate's now compromised, and we'll see Maiden have to step up for the team. He has managed to spot a couple, and a couple of kills come through on either side now. 3 on 3. Sticko chimes back in. Grenades low on either side, but NIP hold patiently with the Kriegs.
Sticko is really pulling up his socks. He was the man we highlighted on the half, an 8-7 half at that in favor of the Ninjas in Pyjamas. It was poised to look like a T-side build-up, but GODSENT, right towards the closing stages of the second, have been given a real olive branch by their in-game leader, Crystal. Sticko is happy to seize the opportunity, though. He's closing in on 25 alongside Nuke on either side of the server. Speaking of the Devil, he's in a 1v3. He was in a 1v3.
He was. It was a good try. Well, there we go. NIP looked like they were in full cruise control at one stage.
All right,
They were
guys.
the pistols.
We're just going to dip back to that round where Crystal was actually the hero here. Just have a look. So we have Twist over towards Decon. We've got these two with window control, but they're a little bit scared of the crossfires in the side. Now, I want you to check out this timing. Crystal gets the kill on Twist back vent, and then Plopsky and Rez both go in the vent to chase him. But look at the timing here. You can see that Crystal is on the flank. Lekro was still in the vent, calling topside was clear, but at this moment, with that bomb dropped, he had done enough right there, and that was the round.
Yeah, the Molotov especially to buy some time. That was great stuff. Upper rush from NIP here, and they are going to be taken down by the Flames. It's not working out. They have to go back towards ramp, I believe. Good grenade, and Michael Ailey aggressive once again with the orb. Hits the first, not quite going to pull the trigger, in fact. Lekro will pull one back as they drop down towards lower. Sticko dropping the incendiary, but they're still going to go through it. Lekro hungry at this point, but Sticko is being played fantastically. Another solid hold towards lower. Brutal headshots with this Krieg. One more player remains. That's going to be Sticko as he smokes the bomb as well. Really enjoying his play down towards that lower area.
There's nothing they can do. He's made this one impossible. Zen confirms it, and that will be GODSENT leveling the scoreboard. Sticko's CT side, he got his hands on a Krieg, boys.
Yeah, maybe they should have taken a page out of the Astralis strat book and maybe left the Kriegs on the T side at home. NIP now find themselves more than likely going to concede round number 14 to GODSENT here as they've upgraded into just a couple of pistols. 2 guys, 3 now.
So you know how normally in rounds like this we say objective is get a couple of kills or get the bomb down. I think their objective right now is, sure, the ones of the former, but also take that Krieg out of Sticko's hands. That's a good mission for this round. Let's stop the Krieg from getting carried over to the next.
That would be ideal if possible.
He's been dominating with it. It's so powerful for that ramp hold.
So they're going to try and get down towards lower here. That nade might do a little bit of damage towards Plopsky, which it will. But generally speaking, they should be fine to get a couple of players down towards lower. You can see it's actually going to be 4 in total. Maiden watching towards main entrance. That's going to be Twist removed now. Actually taking through the smoke, I believe, but time will tell if NIP can do anything with this. They've got 1 smoke, and NIP classic strategies get towards the double doors, right-click the smoke out, plant in the smoke. I don't think they'll get close, though. Sticko, we talked about this Krieg, and he is doing a great job once again, looking for a couple of kills, which he'll absolutely nail. But the Krieg has been removed.
Yeah, mission complete in that regard. Nice work. Zen onto Lekro. Rez, that's the underhand on the doors, but he hasn't chosen to just get that bomb down. I'm a little surprised.
He's trying to bait out CTs to think he's planting there, I guess, and see if he can get a couple of kills. But you're right, maybe just getting the bomb would have been the main objective. He's still got time here.
Smoke. Now, hang on a second, Rez. You're cooking up quite the tasty morsel for us this evening.
He gets the secret kill.
If he kills Crystal, this is starting to look like an ace clutch from Rez. Should be impossible. Should being the operative word. Maiden ensures it is. But what a valiant attempt from the star of the show. And unfortunately for the Ninjas in Pyjamas, in some sense, the Krieg is carried over.
That was kind of nuts from Rez, wasn't it? So the fact that he gives him a plant and a few kills there, it's certainly going to help out going forward, but we're getting to the danger zone at this point. You see 14-13. It's the US Air Force tactical timeout here, ladies and gentlemen, as NIP give us a chance to catch our breaths.
So, what have they done that's worked so far? They did a lot of that pack rolly stuff that we were talking about, but now
it was really working for them.
I think that GODSENT have realized when they need to make it a little bit more chaotic. They're not giving them as much room.
Best big event of his career for Plopsky. I mean, that makes sense considering 1.54 rating. If he can keep that up across the entirety of the first stage of competition, I would be very impressed. But he certainly did have a good game just 2 days ago.
So, NIP trying to work out what they can do. It's Threats that's been brought in as the new coach now. He'll be able to deliberate with the team at this stage and work out what the approach will be going to the next round. We do have, all for Michael still 16 kills to his name, 28 for Sticko. Chad, we said in the first couple of their outings that Sticko didn't really show up at all, so now it's great to see him actually arriving to the manner we expect.
For sure, and there are 5 Kriegs.
5 of them.
On the T
None on the C.
side.
Oh, there was one on the CT side.
Yeah, they carried one over there.
GODSENT currently have twice as many flash assists, 4 over NIP, 2. So there you go. It's been quite a brawly game, I suggest. That's not very high in terms of all.
Yeah.
What did we call out? When we pulled up that stat in a regulation game yesterday, we saw 15 for someone. So there's a comparison for you. Around the same time, we pulled up that stat in another game for comparison. About 15 was the number. So you can see just how few flash assists we're seeing in action today.
It's a lot of creeping, a lot of waiting for smokes to dissipate, pouncing with surprise, not a lot of flash action thus far. It looks like a deeper smoke wall will be set up here, as we can see NIP posture in their early round positions. Grenades will go on out. Nobody wants to aggress towards them in yard at the moment, and we can see on the radar in the top left, ladies and gentlemen, there's already a player from the side of GODSENT snuck into that lower bomb site. That will be Zen. Makalele seeing if he can get anything done, but this looks like it's going to be more of a warehouse walk as opposed to a secret crawl.
Has to be held by Makalele. He is in the right place. But NIP, this pack, have managed to get themselves quite far up and across with the unknown entity for the CTs. They just don't know the numbers. They know there's something. They know there's someone. And just as Makalele returns, they've already crossed. He's aware of it.
You would hope.
You would think so. The jiggle and the little glance suggests he did, but... Oh, gets the info, misses the shot.
That was a big shot as well. You don't get many opportunities like that. Right down the wickets. Unfortunately, we're going to have it still down to a 5-on-5. Michael spots a few. NIP running out of time. They can see they're much cagier than they were before. GODSENT inside their heads, looking for map points here, and Sticko applying pressure. He's so confident right now. That's a great grenade from him, and we're going to see Lecro pull one back at least. Crystal was in towards the hot position. These are huge frags coming in now. Equal trades. We go down to the 3 versus 2 in favor of NIP. Zen stuck towards the vents. Twist is finding kill after kill at this point. Bomb will be planted in the nick of time. There's an incendiary, a desperate one, trying to deny access towards the bomb site here. Not a great angle for Michael. We'll have to go for some quick scopes. It looks like NIP have done enough. Michael, you might as well save the AWP. He's going for it, Chad. I like the look of that first shot. Has he got anything else to say? Yeah, apparently not. It's going to be 14-14. Money is still okay for them, but with 2,400 crystal, that's what I'm saying. You might have wanted to save that all. You're not going to get 3 kills in the defense.
Yeah, and we have to route this back to what Rez was able to do on that round, where he gets the kill, picks up the SG, gets multiple kills and a bomb plant in the lower site. That's always going to put some economic damage down range, and GODSENT might be feeling that as they have to talk things through.
Yeah, Michael's been taking some ambitious peaks the last few rounds, but didn't save the AWP. It will be the US Air Force tactical timeout now, I believe, for NIP again. They're the ones actually using all of them. That's a third. Even after winning the previous round, Threats is like, right, let's just make sure we close this one out. We had this game in the palm of our hands. Crystal stole it away, and now we've got to slap it back in his face.
A lot of violence in Threats' motivational speech.
Well, the name alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sure he's not saying that. That's just my weird brain.
He's a very lovely
kind of vocalizing itself, but let's get into round number 29, shall we? With the FAMAS and down to Crystal. Michael does have the AWP, but as you can see, no armor, barely any grenades. He's got 1 kit. Kit is a massive factor on Nuke. The bomb gets planted a lot. And of course, the 5 Kriegs again for NIP. Who will be posting map point first? That's the question. Outside smokes deployed once again. And will be Plopsky to potentially use them. He's at the very front of the pack here as they fall back towards ramp, so it could be a lower split. Necro just clearing out the trophy room here. And Sticko. Remember, doesn't have the Krieg anymore. M4A4, you're normally playing to drop. You're playing for intel. Bit of damage, hold them off as long as you can. You don't want to commit. If you go down 1-for-1 trade, doesn't really help out the team. This is the play. You just want to get down there towards lower, let the AWP pick up the pieces. Michael needs to be careful here, which he is. Does avoid the flames and gets the opening frag.
And this is where it's tough. Sticko's got to try and find his secondary angle and try and make it to an extent unpredictable. But nades and bullets, they find him. Zen.
Well, that gives his position up there.
Completely gives it up, but Lecro walks in regardless. 2 flashes from Zen. He'll peek on the second, and Twist doesn't give a rat's ass about any flashbangs. We'll take the fight all the same. 3v3.
They have one kit, remember, so follow Crystal's track here. Maybe that's where they could all come crumbling down for GODSENT. They still have a fair crack at the whip, but overall, this does favor NIP heavily. Time ticking away. They've got flashes and smokes as well. Molotov deployed towards Shadow, and there is going to be a conversion with the AWP, but they need to get close to that bomb if possible. It's down to Plopsky now, and he might have done enough. Remember, it's an exposed plant, but the smoke goes down on top. The kit has been removed, and Michael Lady has to give the round up. He should be able to survive there, but he's got no armor, remember. Does that make a massive difference? Apparently not. So we will see him survive, no problem, but that's going to be map point.
Oof. Oh, man. If that just happened a little differently, that kit could have got closer to the site. Crystal just got caught.
Just down to one kit.
Just a note here, when Sticko had the SG, the Krieg, he was happy to stand and fight as they tried to come down either side of ramp. When he only had that M4, he had to tuck and hide because he didn't have the same confidence in being able to take down as many members quickly as possible. And you can see what happened. He was isolated by utility, nades fell on him, Molotovs. It's the top rush to finish it off here. NIP want to do this in style.
They know they're limited and already back to turn. GODSENT getting ripped out of the server here, but so is Zen. He arrives and so does Crystal in the feed. GODSENT will not bow down.
There is a chance now. He's got the AWP, and Crystal's been playing a great game so far. Smoke to try and get him down to a floor. Rattles off a shot now. The flashbang spot on. The bomb is still on the floor here. It's absolute chaos, and Crystal will find the Krieg. He's got control of the C4. Find the player with the nade in his hand. It's not going to be enough. Right down to the wire there.